loves, my name is Paige, this is Paige of the Page, and today we're doing my series diaries for 2024. Hello my darlings, welcome to this video. This is the 2024 installment of my series diaries. This video series I created to track the different series I had started in each year that I was tracking essentially on Goodreads. So I've done 2017 and before, 2018, 2019, 2020, 21, 22, 23, and now 2024 with all the series that I started and whether I am wanting to complete them, where I'm up to, and if I DNF them. So each year we go through the series that I started in that year, what those stats are looking like, the overall stats for my series spreadsheet, and then we go back and recap the years and what I did in 2024 with the series in years previous. So this is a bit of a lengthy video unless I decide to talk rapid fire, and I've been procrastinating filming it for about 2 weeks. So it's time, let's talk about the series that I touched in 2024. I also apologize, you will see the reflection of my phone. I'm blind as batshit, so I need the screen to be bright. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to read this, and you'll just see me going like this for most of the video. So one other thing about my series spreadsheet is I'm only tracking the novel series. So my yearly reading tracker will have if I started a novel or if I started manga, and I also classify graphic novels in the manga. It just wasn't fitting in the space. And I keep those on a separate tab just so I'm only really actively seeing the things that I want to work on. With my graphic novels and manga, I'm okay to have them sit there forever and a day, and I will celebrate if I do finish them, even if it doesn't bring the overall total of completed down on the novel spreadsheet, because I'm still finishing off a series, but I don't actively work on these series, so I just separate them out into graphic novels and manga and then my novels. And so this is the information that we're working with, is the novel spreadsheet. So in terms of like completed numbers, I know I finished the Full Metal Alchemist series in 2024, but that's not reflected in here because it's on that spreadsheet. So just thought I'd caveat that. I did previously have them listed on the years, and then I realized that I was probably going to DNF more of them than continue on with, because I just didn't need to have an active focus on them, but the novels I really wanted to chip away at. So I ended up separating it out, and it's felt really, really good to do that. So apologies that it's not the complete picture of my series, but that's just the way that it works best for my brain. So diving in. We'll start with the total numbers because holy lordy. So the total number of novels on my spreadsheet is 252. It was 229 in 2023. Of those 252 series, 93 are complete, which is up from 76 in 2023. So 37% of the series on my spreadsheet are completed. I have DNF'd 65 of those series, and then I separate out my up-to-date that had no releases in 2024 and the ones that did, and I actually read those and caught up with them. So up-to-date with no 2024 release is 15 series, and up-to-date because I interacted with them in 2024 is 8 series. So I have 23 up-to-date series as a whole, which means 71 are ongoing, which is 28% of the series are ongoing series, and that's it, 28%. What is blowing my mind is the fact that 30% of my 2023 were ongoing, but I only had like 63 series ongoing, so the number's gone up but the percentage has gone down. I know that it works out with the other percentages, but just brain, I'm not mathematically minded, so yee! But 28% of the series on my spreadsheets are ongoing. And that's it. I am so thrilled. If I could get this down to 25%, I will be absolutely ecstatic with myself. So that was the overall totals of things and where they're currently up to. So up to date is I don't have any books currently out in the series, but they are potentially scheduled for more books sometime. In 2024, I started 2 manga series, so that's not included in those. I also started 21 novel series, because I forgot to count the one that I started and immediately DNF'd. So, whoopsie. So I started 21, but I started and DNF'd one straight out of the gate, and that was On the Seventh Day by Paula Coelho. I read Veronica Decides to Die. What makes me piss myself laughing is of those 21 series, 4 of those are up to date, which was the exact same as last year. I read A Tempest of Tea by Hasfa Faisal, so I just am waiting for the next release in 2025. And I read The Dark Pantheon by A.S. Webb. So that was the first book in a series that it doesn't have any more released in 2024. Then I read the Sworn Soldier series by T. Kingfisher. I read both releases, and the Ernest Cunningham series by Benjamin Stevenson. I read all 3 current releases. So that is up to date. Look at me go. And I'm just pissing myself that I had 2 that were starts a series and immediately up to date, and then 2 that were backlist, and I got them up to date in 2023 as well. Yay! I also started and finished 3 series in 2024, which was the same as 2023. So I read the entirety of the Greenbone Saga by Fonda Lee, Good Girl's Guide to Murder series by Holly Jackson, and the I Am Fae series by Julie Kagawa, but not the I Am Fae Call of the Forgotten, which I did start. With these, for the Greenbone Saga and A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, I haven't counted any of the little novellas or side stories. I was happy to read those in their trilogy and leave it at that, but that was thanks to BookStara. So I had 4 series that I started and continued on with, but I didn't complete. So for those, I read 4 out of the 19 books in the Ice Planet Barbarian series by Ruby Dixon. I read 3 out of the 5 in the Graceling Realm by Kirsten Kashaw. I'm not sure if that's going to have more releases. Who knows? I read 3 out of the 4 current releases in the Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman. And like I said, the I Am Fae Call of the Forgotten by Julie Kagawa. I read 2 out of the 3. Then I started 9 series and didn't make any progress on these, but that means including the ones that I started and continued with, I have a total of 13 ongoing series remaining from 2021. This includes the Deathless series by Namina Fauna, and like I said, I only read the first book in these. Throne of Glass by Sarah Jo Maas, The Kiss Quotient by Helen Huang, Wings of Ebony by J.L., Tomes and Tea by Rebecca Thorne, Rooks and Ruin by Melissa Caruso, The Drowning Empire by Andrea Stewart, The Rainworld Chronicles by Robin Hobb, and Monsters by Vanessa Len. 18% of my ongoing series came from 2024, which I'm happy with that stat. Less than 20% of my ongoing series is from the year that's just ended. The rest of them are still from 2023 and back. So I know that I have a way to go, but I'm not adding too much to my plate with these, which is kind of ironic because 2023 is a choice. Shall I work backwards? Yeah, let's work backwards. They were all the series that I started and where I got up to with them in 2024. So now we're going to go back through the years and have a look at where I'm up to with my series from years previous. So in 2023, I got up to date with one series, which was the Crimson Sailor series by Katie Robert, and I read Blood on the Time. I completed 5 series. I read Every Gift a Curse by Carolina O'Donoghue to finish off the All Our Hidden Gifts series. I read The Shadow Glass in the Bone Witch trilogy by Rin Chapeko and completed that. I read Hunter, Hideout and Headcase by Jack Heath, which is part of the Timothy Blake series. I'm not sure if there's going to be more in this world, potentially. Not 100% sure, so I'll wait and see, but at the moment I've marked it as completed. I read Golden Fool and Fool's Fate by Robin Hobb to complete the Tawny Man trilogy, and I read Castle in the Air and House of Many Ways by Diana Wynne Jones to complete the Howl's Moving Castle series. Yay! I continued in one series by reading Seeing Red, which is the second book in the Looking Glass War series by Frank Better, and then I have 6 series that I didn't touch. So I have a total of 7 ongoing series from 2023 and 3 that are up to date. So happy. So happy. For the series that I started in 2022, I got up to date on 2 series by reading The Blackbird Oracle by Deborah Harkness, which is part of the All Souls trilogy. And I read Mammoths at the Gate and Brides of High Hill, which are books 4 and 5 in the Singing Hills cycle by Nevo. I completed 1 series by reading The Dragon Republic and The Burning God by R.F. Kuang, which is books 2 and 3 in the Poppy War series. I continued in 2 series, reading Before Your Memory Fades by Toshikazu Kawaguchi, which is part of Before Your Coffee Gets Cold, and I read The Gargoyle's Captive, which is part of A Deal with a Demon series by Katie Robert. There were still 8 series that I didn't touch, so I have a total of 10 ongoing series and 4 that are up to date. absolutely thrilled. And I finished a lot of those trilogies that I was kicking myself for not doing last year. So in 2023, for not just, I started and read the first and second and didn't read the last one. So I was like, so I rectified that in 2024. Then for 2021, she tried. She really tried. I got up to date with the Dark Olympus series by reading Midnight Ruin and Dark Restraint by Katie Robert. I completed 4 series, reading Us Against You and The Winners, which are part of the Bear Town series by Frederick Buckman. I read Kingdom of Copper and Empire of Gold, which are in the David Bad series by S.A. Chakraborty. I read The Lighthouse at the World's End, which was the last book in the House at the Edge of Magic series by Amy Sparks. I read The Wicked King, The Queen of Nothing, and How the King of Elfhame Learned to Hate Stories, all by Holly Black, to complete the Folk of the Air series. And then I continued in 4 series. I read House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J Maas, which is part of the Crescent City series. I read Physic by Angie Sage, which is part of the Septimus Heap series. I read How Hard Can Love Be by Holly Baum, which is part of the Spinster Club. And this last book, bane of my existence, it's fine. Then I read In an Absent Dream and Come Tumbling Down in the Wayward Children series by Shauna Maguire. So with all of that work, there was still 12 series I didn't touch. So I have a total of 16 ongoing series remaining for 2021 and 2 that are up to date. So in 2020, I decided to DNF Confessions of Georgia Nicholson series by Louise Renison, but I also added The House in the Cerulean Sea because I wanted to read Somewhere Beyond the Sea by T.J. Klune. I completed 2 series by reading The Last Book Wanderer by Anna James in the Pages & Co series, and Queen Takes Rose by Katie Robert to complete the Wicked Villain series. This had been like a please for the love of God just read this book for the past few years, so very happy to have got that. And I continued in the Winter Night trilogy by reading The Girl in the Tower by Catherine Arden, and continued in Camelot Rising trilogy by Kirsten White by reading The Camelot Betrayal. There was still 14 series I didn't touch. So I have a total of 16 ongoing series and 3 up to date in 2020. Heaven fucking help me. Oh lordy. In 2019, I got up to date in the King Killer Chronicles by reading The Narrow Road Between Desire by Patrick Rothfuss. I continued in the Stalking Jack the Ripper series by Kerry Maniscalco by reading Escaping from Houdini. There are still 3 series ongoing in 2019, and I have 3 up-to-date series. 2018, I read the Ascent to Godhood series, which finished off the Tenseret series by Neon Yang. So I have 4 ongoing series and 3 still up to date. 2017, I read Concrete Rose by Angie Thomas to finish the Hate U Give series. I have 2 ongoing series remaining and 1 that is up to date. And that's it. Those are all the series that I have left. 2016 and prior are 100% completed, and I completed those 2023 and before. I have 9 ongoing series from 2019 and before. 2017, 2018, 2019, 9. Which is only 4% of my total ongoing series. But if I clear those off, there is 3 years gone. So that actually went a lot quicker than I anticipated, but editing this with the pictures is gonna take a while. So yay! Okay, I did it. Yay! Okay. Oh, you know those videos that I think you're gonna be a pain in your fucking ass and then it actually goes really smoothly? Yeah, that's one of these. So I am genuinely so happy with my reading stats for 2024, especially with my series. I know in 2023 I made a real active effort to not start many or to get as close to complete as I could, and just I had a very narrowed focus in 2023, but I felt I left 2023 fucking exhausted trying to juggle everything. 2024 I had a lot more freedom to breathe and I had a lot more fun with my reading, and I think that's paid off. And I think there's still some series on my list that I'm definitely could easily DNF and may get to the end of 2025 and go, you know what, it's time to let this go. But there are some that I'm just very excited for and just don't read them, because that happens. We do that. Why? Not sure, but we do. So yes, that was my series summations for 2024. I am so happy with this, and I feel good. I feel like my series and my physical TBR are finally in a place where I feel comfortable with that again. Like, I still have a fuck ton of books on my TBR. I still have a fuck ton of series on the go, but I no longer feel like I'm drowning in my reading, and that is an excellent feeling. So let me know in the comments if there was any series that you read in 2024 that was an utter standout and you had a blast. Let me know anything about the series that I've mentioned, if you have any thoughts or feelings of them, and yeah, anything you want to let me know, feel free to leave it in the comments down below. And if you like this video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more of this mess, feel free to subscribe. I'll hopefully see you in my next video. Bye!